In this video, we are going to create a to-do application using AI agent without doing any kind of a development or code, and we will see the results. By the end of this video, you will be able to get some introduction of AI agents, some introduction of cursor, and how to create applications on your own as well. Well, do subscribe my video, and if you have some ideas that you would like me to cover for the next topic, if you have some startup ideas that you would want to create on your own, feel free to comment down and I will try to cover them in my next video. If you have any other topic as well, feel free to comment down. I would like to engage with you guys. So the reason behind why I'm making this video is because the industry is changing a lot. It all started from ChatGPT. In 2017, some researchers got together and then they published the research paper called Attention is All You Need. So if you go ahead and then search about attention is all you need on Google, you will find out this research paper. And this research paper changed the whole industry. And the reason behind that was because they came up with a new technology called transformers. Before this, there were AI tools that used to exist that were using neural network system to do the translations for you. For example, if you go on Google, you could have done the translation even before 2017. And then there were other applications as well. But there were some limitations for this overall model. And the limitation was that you would have to perform all of the tasks sequentially. For example, I say, this is my home, and I have to translate it into different language, for example, Hindi. So I could do the translation of this word first, and then I could do the translation of its word second, and then I could do the follow-up. But then if you ask it to do a more complex job, for example, create a website for me, or do the research on stock market of Tesla stock, it couldn't do those things. It couldn't handle those things. And transformers was the way for us to actually achieve that level. So it's a research paper. I think most of these people are from Google. So if I open the PDF, you can see that Ashish Vaswani, Naum Shajir, I might not be pronouncing the name correctly. Almost all of them are from Google. Some of them are from Toronto and then other universities. The basic idea behind this model was that how do we make sure that the computers are able to understand our language properly? And let's go for one experiment. Let's talk about you, right? Let's talk about how you understand your own world. So let's say I give you a very simple task, which is I give you a very simple question. Why is the sky blue? When I ask you this question, the first thing that is going to come in your mind is all of the pictures, all of the memories that you have collected of sky. And then all of those memories and all of those visuals that you have seen since your childhood of blue sky, that is how you recollect your memories. You have not searched about it just like we do on the Google. You have those memories built in with you, which has been collected since the years of years. You have been living in this world and have collected a lot of data. Within our brains, we have neurons that collect all of these memories. And when I talk about, let's say, CN Tower, for instance, or Paris, you will instantly remember the Eiffel Tower. That is how our brain thinks. We instantly remember the visuals from our memory, and we are able to recollect them and then be able to answer the question. If I ask you about why is the sky blue, first of all, you will be able to recollect those memories. And then if I ask you the question about why the sky is blue, you will go back to your classroom where the teacher could have told you about the reason behind why the sky color is blue. I could ask you the more complex question which you don't know the answer to because you have not been to that classroom, for example, related to chemistry. But ChatGPT has been trained on a big data. It has read through a lot of research papers, a lot of history books, it has watched through a lot of movies as well. So it has a lot of data within its model for it to answer a very complex questions. And the one big problem that researchers has to figure out was, why is the sky blue? How does system understand it? And the overall idea behind this research paper was that let's start paying the attention to the words itself, that like we do. For example, we will pick up the sky and the blue words first, right? And then we will try to imagine them. In same way, they came up with the idea that let's build the model where we first of all will try to separate these words. For example, why is the sky blue? Now within this is and the are the just the filler words. They are not that important. Our brain tries to clear up the noise all the time. So it came up with 3 words, why, sky, blue. And over it will try to catch up 2 phrases, 2 words, and it will try to pay attention to it, which is sky and blue. It will go back to its memories, try to figure out what sky means, try to figure out what blue means, and then try to figure out what is the relation between sky and blue. Now, it might have not seen the actual sky, but it has gone through a lot of data, so it understands what sky is and then blue is, and then it tries to figure out what the user is trying to ask. So in this scenario, I'm trying to ask why the sky is blue. So it will give you the reason behind why the sky is blue. I could have asked the other question as well. For example, when the sky is blue. Now the sky is not blue at night time, and it will be able to reply to you just because it has collected through all the memories. This very simple discovery, this very simple invention has led to the development of these big models like ChatGPT. Only thing they needed after they came up with this approach was that they needed to collect and train their models on a lot of data. Currently, ChatGPT is trained on very big data. It has collected the data through a lot of parameters. So if I ask about the size of ChatGPT parameters count, let's see. By the models itself. So the ChatGPT 3 has about 175 billion parameters. So it has collected and read through a lot of data. So the step 4 is going to be that it is going to relate the sky and blue. It is going to figure out what it means, and then it is going to answer you based on the first statement that you have written, which is why the sky is blue. So AI has started to understand your question. And not only that, let's say I ask you another question, which is build the to-do application for me. Now AI has read through a lot of documentation. AI knows how to code. AI knows how to do the programming. So it will be able to recollect all of those memories that it has collected throughout its pre-trained data, and then we'll be able to build a website for you. One thing has changed. Before this, using the ChatGPT, you could go ahead and then search and then say that, okay, tell me how to build the to-do application. And it might give you a pretty brief answer of how to do that. But it won't be able to do those things on its own. So AI won't be able to do all of those things on its own. AI doesn't know how to use your laptop, how to go on the browser, how to search for things. And if you ask for it to do the stock market analysis and then do some trades, it won't be able to do those things for you. Or another use case scenario, you ask it to actually generate the YouTube videos for you and then publish it automatically, or maybe do the research on YouTube for you. It won't be able to do the automated tasks. And one of the important tasks that a lot of people want to solve is how to build applications, because that is the one thing that has, it's one thing that is very hard to do at the moment. You will need experience, first of all, about how to build the front end, about how to build the back end, and then how to build the complete application. And all of those things are a bit complex. It requires you to have some experience. And those who have the experience also needs to spend a lot of time in doing the coding and then doing the development before they could go out in the market and then test those things. So AI agents have solved all of those things for you. Now you can build the application just in instant. Well, not the instant, of course, it is going to take few minutes. Well, it's not days at least, or weeks and weeks, because before startup tries to even publish the products. So let's see. I'm going to use Cursor. If you go on Google and if you go on the Cursor, you can download this yourself as well. It is free. And I'm going to ask it to perform a very simple function for me. Let's see if it can build a to-do application for us. By the way, if you have some other ideas about startup, about the product that you want to develop, please feel free to comment down, and then I will try to work on those ideas as well. So let's ask it how to build a to-do application. So I have given it a very simple command, a to-do application with very simple UI. Now I will try to send the command to the AI agent, which is Cursor, and let's see what it does. So it is going through some of the things, like it is trying to first of all create the HTML code on its own, and it has already done that, and it is now going to do the next step, which is generating some CSS on its own. I'm not coding, my hands are here. It is doing all things on its own. I was getting paid for this earlier. Well, not anymore. AI agents are doing them. So let's see. It is now writing down the JavaScript code as well. Well, while it is writing down all of these things, there is this one very important thing I want to let you know. It is not currently meant to build the production application where you might want to have payments, where you might want to have some kind of a sensitive things, because it can hallucinate, it can make mistakes. So make sure that if you are using this AI agent to build any kind of applications, you are doing it for either very initial product where you don't need payments, where you don't need the user critical data, and if you cause some bugs, it won't do anything for you. So let's see, it has gone through all of the tasks, and let's see what it has generated. It has generated some index.html, it has generated some script.js. I will say that okay, accept the file, and I have sent that okay, accept this file as well, accept this file as well, and let me ask it to open this. I think this is index.html file only. Let me try to ask it only rather than me opening it. Let's see if it can do for me. Can you show this in browser? Okay, let's see if it can do those things for us, because at the end of the day, cursor should be having some some of the access to its server. So let me start a local server for you. So it is doing those things. So it has started the local server, and it is serving on this URL, which is localhost 8000. I will go on my browser. I will try to search for localhost 8000, and let's see what it shows. Oh, well, there you go. It has built the to-do application for me for free without me doing any kind of a coding. And let me ask it a very simple question, that is how to, let me give it a task like eat breakfast, right? Okay, I want to give it another task like go to gym. So and then I could check mark them, I could delete them, I could do all those things. I could also ask it to do some improvements as well. Well, for instance, I don't want to name this my to-do list. I want to name this gur list, or let's call it my to-do application, or some new idea. So I'm going to ask it and give it another command. I'm going to say, let's change the UI. I want it to look more beautiful, and let's name it Gur to do app. Let's see if it can do all of those things for us without even doing anything. Well, there you go. It has already started doing some code, and let's see if it has changed or improved the UI. Well, I think I might need to accept these changes, or maybe not, because it is going to do all of the things on its own. Let's wait for it to process everything, and then we will see what to do. So one thing I would say is that, if you are writing down the production code, make sure you go through the code as well, and then make sure that you understand some of the critical parts. For example, the backend, you don't want to create bugs, so it is still not mature for you to publish the production ready applications, but it is very good for you to test something in the market. If you have some ideas, for example, a habit application where you want to track the habit of a user and do something, those things you can build through this application, and then launch it on Play Store, App Store, or web, wherever you want. So let's see what it is doing. It is currently generating. While it is generating, let me provide you a bit more context about AI agents. So there is something that has happened recently, which is MCP, a model context protocol. So there is this company called Anthropic. I think you would have already heard about Claude. So this company came up with this very beautiful logic, and then they called it model context protocol. And the very simple idea behind this model context protocol is that it lets AI do things for you. It can interact with other AI agents, it can interact with other applications, and then it can do all of those things that we see in our browser and in our code editor. It is still generating. Let's wait for it to generate these ideas. So the processing has finished and it has created the new application for me. Well, it has redesigned it. And now if I go back at it, like I can see that it now says go to do application. It says stay organized, get things done. It also has the tasks remaining over here. And if I say, well, eat apples a day, right? Eat apple a day. Then if I say that, okay, add this task, now I can see that the tasks remaining has grown. I can check mark it. So I can basically say that, okay, this task is done already. I can delete these tasks and I can do all of those things. Well, I have created this application. I don't know, I would say 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and it is for free. You could do those things on your own as well. Go to Cursor, try to explore these ideas. And if you have more questions, if you have more product ideas, feel free to comment down in the video. I will make those products in the next video as well. And if you have something related to AI, if you have some questions, if you have something questions related to product as well, if you want to have your own startup, or you're just generally curious and you are working somewhere as a software engineer and you want to improve your skills, feel free to comment down about your suggestions about the things that you want me to cover in the next video. Well, thank you. Thanks a lot if you have stick together with me for I don't know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I would see you in next video. Do subscribe. That's the one thing that I expect from you.